Let's get some eggs. Come on. Come on, come on. Here we are in the hen house. We have one girl over here who's nesting. I don't know if you can see her or not. Hello, Henny Penny. Ah, there she is. And she does not want me to take any of her eggs. So we're going to take some. Hey, get back. What have you got? Only one. Well, I'll tell you what. We'll leave her with her one egg. You just stay there, girl. There are plenty more over here. At one time, this brooder house was down the valley about 6 miles. Yes, we hear you. We hear you. Then we moved it up and installed the girls. I always like to leave one egg. That way they feel there's still hope for the future. Now let's go over here. Let's try over here. A lot. You'll notice these are brown eggs. Most of our girls are Rhode Island Reds, so there are a few that aren't. Uh-oh. Someone she either sat on her egg and squashed it, or one of these might be an egg-eating chicken, which is not good. I'm going to sort of bury it down here. Maybe they won't find it. The story is that once they find, or once they actually start to eat eggs, they continue doing it. And let's see. There's more here. I feel just like Little Red Riding Hood here in my basket. And then one isn't even using the brooder hutches. She has her own little nest down here on the grass, or the hay, or the straw. Since our girls are free-ranging, they have a variety of foods to eat, including grass. And it's my understanding that eating grass gives these girls the bright, deep yellow, even orangey yolks that their eggs have, and which also makes them very flavorful. These are the hops. You just pick them off when they're green. And then we're going to dry them out inside on a cloth so they don't mold. And then we'll be using them in the bread making. This hops vine comes from New Jersey. It was given to us by an herbalist who lives outside Phillipsburg, New Jersey, which is in western Jersey, as they used to call it. He's told us that in the 1930s, most of the farms in Warren County, where he lives, raised hops vines, perhaps for commercial use, but certainly for home use. In the 30s, a blight came through the area and killed all the hops, wiped them out. In the 1960s, he decided to check and see if any hops vine survived. He went along the tree rows knowing that hops in the wild would actually grow up into the trees. He found some remnants of the wild hops that had escaped cultivation and survived the blight. He took them to his herb farm, cultivated them, and gave us a sprig or so of that hops vine. And we've been growing it ourselves. So our hops, even though we don't know what variety it is, it doesn't have a name, comes from those original hops vines that were grown in Warren County, New Jersey, and date back into the 19th century. So it's really cool to have a history like that.
There are actually thousands of hops on this vine, far more than we're going to be needing. But it's always good to have a lot because you never know who may want some hops. You can actually get quite large, almost like a green slug here. Now up at the top, you'll see I have a new hops support. You'll see the support is really simple. I have 2 pieces of rebar about 8 feet long with a pipe that goes between them. Down on the bottom you can use either more rebar or some sort of metal stake like I have, another piece of pipe, and then I just put metal netting over it. And gradually you train the hops vine to basically crawl over the netting. And as with the first one, it will eventually completely cover the entire screening. Here we are, it's about 2 weeks after I picked the hops. We're in the inside of the Gemeine house, the kitchen of the Gemeine house. Gemeine house is a German word, it means basically community house. And Moravian communities and other German-based communities typically have a Gemeine house as a centerpiece of the community. Now, what we're doing is I've been drying out the hops. These are dried, they're very lightweight. They've lost almost all their weight in water, and take my word for it, they smell fabulous. So at this point, I'm going to put them in a cloth bag so they'll be able to breathe and yet still stay dust-free during the winter, and into next spring when we'll really start our heavy baking season again.